My name's Diane Lees. I'm Director General of Imperial War Museums and this year's Chair of the panel of judges for the Museum and Heritage Awards. I think awards tend to be for those very big projects where there's been a massive fundraising campaign and lots of builders on site and there is a big opening moment. And I think what these awards do is they recognise that complete breadth of work. So everything from the education programmes to small projects in communities. So there's an opportunity for the sector to celebrate what it does every day with huge quality and that huge focus on new audiences. I think for a project, the most important thing is that people tell us what they've actually achieved and that they've described their project well. So what stands out is where you feel the passion of the organisation applying for the award, where you feel that they're proud of their success and that where it looks like a collaborative effort where people have actually answered the questions and brought all the data together. I think following the criteria to the letter. So in past years, I think we've had some applications where people haven't been quite sure what category to put it in. So they've done the same application and put it into 3 different categories. We can't judge the data. We can't actually distinguish the project against other ones. So if we ask for data, give us the data. I think because there are categories like projects on a limited budget, because there are volunteering categories, I think that actually the small museum stands as much, if not a better chance than the larger, bigger organisations, because of course the judges come from all of those different sectors and we're probably tougher actually on the larger museums because we expect them to be able to deliver things. I think it's always quite difficult with a new category to know what our incredibly creative sector is going to come up with. But I think in creating that celebration, we wanted to recognise that there are lots of museums that are working in completely different ways in communities. They're working with commissioning agencies in the NHS. They're working with other museums. But I think from my perspective, I'd quite like to see those partnerships that aren't traditional in the sort of museum to museum. They are actually about the way in which organisations are working in new ways to kind of strengthen their position, but again add value to the communities that they serve. I think it's down to the museums to make the most of both the publicity that comes with being shortlisted, but also that really, really serious moments is if you win or you're highly commended, to make the most of the PR opportunity that comes alongside that. Get your certificate or your award on display for the public. It's a very good stamp of quality, but just make sure that you make the most of telling everybody that you are an award winner. What we want to know is, what is it? How good was it? And prove it, I think, is probably the 3 things that we would look for.